when me and Mike got together, it sort of just happened quite naturally, really. So I was doing stuff that was, I suppose, a bit folky, wasn't it?
Pop folk.
Pop folk. And obviously Mike does what he does, and it quite naturally came together.
Yeah, I don't think we were trying for a sound. It just sort of kind of happened, and you know, with a few tracks into it, and it just sort of came together. And you know, the production side of things was always going to have wonky noises and atmospheric oddness and stuff like that. And then when you put that as a backdrop with acoustic guitars and your kind of fantasy lyrics, it just seemed to have this kind of fantasy folk sound.
I mean, some of the stuff I write's quite sweet, really, and probably would be quite cheesy in a different context. But if you mix it up with dark stuff, I just like the effect that has. So.
Desert plains and through the jagged hills, I slept inside the north wind in a coracle at sea, and in the deepest, darkest woods, my dreams sang songs to me. I dreamed I killed sweet William, and I kissed his cold white brow. I washed his body in the lake, and I sawed his eyelids down. Sing a song of sixpence, battles in the past tense, picked out by the snow.
I was working in a studio, and this record label, Expanding Records, was kind of next door, and filtering through the door all the time was really beautiful non-vocal electronica, which kind of influenced me a lot. But I think ultimately we just wanted to, when you make music, you just pull all sources together. You don't think it's got to be acoustic or it's got to be electronic. It's just whatever seems to blend at the time. And then we got asked to play live, which we had no idea how to do because it was all done in the studio. So hence everybody else kind of one by one all sort of came together.
My name is Ashley Spencer Timothy Bates. I insisted that I joined the band.
You did actually. You came up to me in a pub. I'm involved.
I'm involved in your band.
What about you, Becky?
I'm Becky Jacobs, and I sing and play melodica. We're all asked to get together to play, I think, the album launch. Well, that's when I came on board, the first album, and then there was a session for Radio 1 after that, and then very soon it was like, oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to come to Holland? Do you want to do this? And before we knew it, we were in it up to our necks.
I'm Phil, and I play the beats and these synthesizers.
Phil put on a night called Moon Palace that me and Sam did our sort of first gig at, that was pretty ropey. It was sort of me and a record player and a crashed computer and just dodgy basically, and then
it had charms.
Well, yeah, we were charming, all right, yeah. And then Phil came up to me afterwards and said, "I think you need some help."
And I'm Martin, and I play percussion and clarinet and melodica for Tunng.
Martin was, we picked him out of a magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advertising.
VH1.
Yeah.
Russian Bright.
Martin used to, or still has, a record label called Loose Cannon, and he put out a record that I did by myself called Dirtbox, which you've still got, what, about 2,000 copies under your bed?
It's brilliant.
But yeah, it sold really well. But then I went to see you in your band, Finito, and didn't realise that Martin could play like every instrument invented ever.
People expect us to be a certain way when they come and see us play, and I hope that people are pleasantly surprised by the fact that there are 6 of us on stage sort of having a laugh, and we're not sort of weeping into our lutes.
Well, the sun and the rain enters my broken lungs, and it's loud enough to see, and we all sing do 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 do.
Well, we've played quite a lot over the past couple of years, but haven't really done a proper tour actually until now. We've only just kind of started. In fact, we're only 7 days into it, and it feels like we've been doing it for about 3 months. But it's really good fun, and we've got another what, 5 weeks? I've not really done headlining gigs before, and so it's, I still find it quite strange that these venues have been kind of full and people seem to know the songs. And there was a guy pretending to be on a hobby horse in Manchester, like running around the whole venue. I quite like that, better than moshing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vanessa De Silva, who designed every album cover or single cover or anything that we've done, and it seems to really fit the music. It's really sort of intricate kind of drawings of all sorts of things, stuff that you look at and you have to look at again and again and again to try and work out what it's all about, and I think that kind of reflects our music a little bit.
We haven't really spent a lot of time searching for people to do artwork or to do videos and things, but we've just been very lucky that some people who are very good at what they do have taken an interest. And
you know, it was all a bit confusing what we want for videos, and we sort of often talk about animation, and because we never want to be in the videos and like performance thing. It's kind of don't fancy that. So the Jenny videos, it worked really well, and it was, you know, filmed and acted, which we weren't too sure about at first, but it's just kind of really beautiful and sort of fits the moment and gives you a little emotional tear at the end.
See the questions in my eyes as I ask them. I went so quick it makes you shudder that I'm gone. Are we so brittle as your soul turned into stone? And though you love me, I'm not Jenny in the night.
Jenny.
Some decisions don't thread back to being right. Your head burns quickly tonight. Your edges diffuse in the light. Don't tell me that your throat is getting tight.
Your brother. Tell us about your brother.
Strange, unusual mind. How did he come up with it originally?
He started just sending us little gifs for fun of our faces on his weird little characters like diving around, and so we asked him to do the video for it because we got hair, because he was just having a laugh making these things for us, and that fits the tune really well. It's more of a lively, wonky, odd tune. Martin, you look like some kind of freak show hostess in a big tractor, like.
With jazz hands.
The song's just kind of about togetherness and crews of people, and you know, through all different walks of life, I guess. And so, you know, that's why he stuck you in a submarine or as a fish.
Thank you for your life and fulfillment. Thank you for your life and fulfillment, and all in between will surely be seen and founded by the sons of our children. Founded by the sons of our children. Founded by the sons of our children.
I think we are very English.
I think we are. It's not something that people have spoken about much, but there's definitely that influence in the writing, and I don't know how strongly that comes through to people.
I think talking about drinking tea and having hot toast, you know, is quite English, and your Derbyshire accent is about as English as you can get, you know, so it's sort of, and I really like that sort of characteristic. We all come from different backgrounds musically, I think, as well. You know, I used to be in a thrash metal band for 5 years when I was 14, so it's sort of like there's always, I think there's a lot of different things that we all kind of like that come together.
I'm quite influenced by stuff I listened to years ago, like the Beatles, and I'm a big Jackson Browne fan. And then definitely the kind of Fairport stuff from the 70s.
And we all told you that it's good to be scared. Turned the page and started laughing at my friends. I looked into her eyes so that we could pretend. The wind-up bird was silent.
And I do like a lot of the stuff that's around at the moment. There's lots of kind of crossover stuff where there's interesting production and around acoustic songs and interesting lyrics. And it was only really after the album came out that we sort of found that there was, I suppose, a bit of a scene developing, and the people we play with now, we weren't at all aware of them while we were doing
Until we
stuff.
read reviews and kept getting compared to these people I'd never heard of, and I was like, hold on.
So then we went out and bought the records.
From us not knowing really what we were doing, I think we've somehow become some band that's supposed to be epitomising some scene that we didn't even know anything about.